I'm sure all of us can relate to looking at something we did in the past, whether it's reading over old text messages or looking at old pictures or videos of ourselves and just thought, ew. I know very, very well, for instance, that considering the fact that I am still arguably an idiot, I was really an idiot in the past. So we're gonna be looking at some old, very cringy videos on my channel. Some from as far as like 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago at this point, and some from only like a few years ago. But just as an example here, I have a list of potential car modifications that my friend Bobby and I made in like 2015 or something like that, maybe 2014, for his 1996 Mustang GT. And I'm just gonna read it to you as an example of how stupid I was. First of all, aluminum heads. It's a good start, very nondescript, but you know, sure. Stage 1 or 2, wait. I could be wrong, but doesn't the 4.62 valve have aluminum heads? If I'm wrong, then okay, good, but I doubt we did any research on this regardless, so aluminum heads, whatever. Stage 1 or 2 camshaft, I mean, that's very broad. Depending on the manufacturer you get the camshaft from, that could be 2 wildly different specs. So writing down like the duration and lift of the camshaft would have made way more sense. Probably didn't know what that was. Stage 1 or 2 crankshaft. For some reason, I don't know why we would need an upgraded crankshaft considering the mods listed. Upgraded pistons. Upgraded in what way? Does not say, but upgraded, apparently. Cold air intake, okay. Throttle body, okay. Bigger injectors, which, again, with the mods mentioned, probably not necessary. Better intake manifold, very specific. Upgraded valves, very specific. Why? Upgraded flywheel. It doesn't say lightened or just upgraded. You know, whatever that means. Upgraded transmission and upgraded shifter. So is that an upgraded shifter for the transmission? I don't know. Fully adjustable coilovers, anti-roll bars, better brakes, and better struts. That's right. I wrote fully adjustable coilovers and better struts. Really smart. Very incredibly intelligent, clearly. Gauge cluster, possibly, in parentheses. GT steering wheel. 2015 Mustang GT steering, like GT the brand, I guess? 2015 Mustang GT floor mats. Better seats. I don't know what that was, but I do know it's an example of my stupidity, and unfortunately the stupidity did not stop there. Does this tell me when I wrote that? Created November 11th, 2015. Ah! So this was like a year after I made my channel too. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack from cringe. Well, unfortunately, the cringe doesn't stop there. So let's take a look at how dumb I was on this channel. Some of these videos you can still watch. A couple of these videos are so embarrassing that they're privated, but you're gonna get to see at least some of them right now. I might unprivate them later if you'd like to watch them, but don't, please. Actually do, because if you think I'm stupid now, I've made so much improvement over my past self. Alright, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys for 550 subscribers. I tried to record this a second ago and I realized I was doing it wrong. We were only at 550, we now have 551, so we're doing so good in the last about 5 minutes. That's great. I've been trying to work really hard on improving the channel as of the recent months, and so some of you guys, a lot of you guys that might be watching now have probably started watching the channel recently. Some of you guys might have been around for these older videos around late 2021, and maybe you started watching around that time, kind of like the Subaru era of the channel. Or some of you guys might be around for the 350Z era of the channel. These videos actually still hold up, at least most of them still hold up decently well. You can go ahead and go back and watch them if you're interested in them. I was like 16 or 17 in a lot of those videos. I'm 22 now, for anyone who's wondering. And still more of you guys may know me from years ago. I doubt it at this point, but from years ago with these car tours. 2 of them are privated now that I'm going to show you. My first 100 subscribers of my channel was from this era of my channel back in 2014. So let's take a look at my very first video, An Evening of Motors O'Reilly Auto Show 2014. And this is really like what I thought I was gonna do was this video. It's the lamest rev sound ever. Yes, that is my dad's 1971 Buick Skylark, and it does have the rare green sport wheel. And it has different wheels on it now, and a different exhaust. And yeah, that is a family friend's El Camino. I don't know why I felt the need to point out if I knew the people, like why I couldn't just show my dad's car. I don't know. Why I couldn't just show Stan's car right there. I don't know. But whatever. And so the whole point of this video, I was just walking around with my Samsung Galaxy S5, filming the cars in the show. I don't know why I'm showing that so much. That's like a mostly stock looking SN95. I think that's a 6-cylinder Mustang. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from that video alone. But I mean, cool cars. Again, I've said this before, a lot of the cars in the area are muscle cars. It's a very like muscle car focused dynamic, I guess, in a lot of the Midwest. Depending on where you go, especially like more up north, there is some more like import scene stuff. But where I am, it's a lot of muscle cars, drag racing, stuff like that. I love how at home this music was on 2014 YouTube. Fun fact, you can see this exact car in several of my videos, or at least a couple of them. The Widowmaker, later it got a matte black paint job. Okay, this thing is actually really sweet. It has a GS 455 swap in it. I would have probably not known that had it not been for my dad, who is a Buick fan. XLR, shout out to recent video of cars that failed to sell. So in this video, I was probably only 6 months from my 14th birthday. So I would have only been about 13 filming this video. And I mean, I guess I was proud of it at the time. I uploaded it. Let's be friends, subscribe for more. Did that say subscribe for more? Subscribe for more, okay. Less the spelling mistakes, I stole that from David Patterson, 100%. It is windy outside. No, straight up though, David Patterson, huge inspiration for me when it comes to car stuff. Not really because of him, but it is ironic now. I own the Mustang, so hey. So there was that sort of video. There was also the big block Pantera, which I found out later on it wasn't even a big block. That was in the that Pantera. Another video of me just wandering around a meet. And then there's sort of the era of me trying to do car show coverage like I'd seen other people do. Still that Honda Accord rev sound or something, I don't know. And yes, you may have seen, the channel did used to be called Subaru 2D Max. This channel has had a few different names over the years. It's been Colton Does Cars since late 2016 or early 2017, I don't remember for sure. But it used to be Subaru 2D Max, and then it was Car Culture World for a while there. I've always loved Subaru. I don't know why Subaru 2D Max was what I thought was the correct name. That was clearly the wrong decision. You know, the shots are cringy and they're not very good. I was doing this with just like a cheap piece of crap tripod. I mean, I still use a cheap tripod. It just happens to have a fluid head, so it's actually, like, more usable than this was. And there's some cool cars here. This is at a local town. Geneseo, Illinois has a town every year. Did I say has a town? Has a show every year called Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. There you go again. Let's be friends. Subscribe for more. I think I spelled it correctly that time. That's a big step up. So that was only a minute and 20-second video. You want to know why? Because I thought I had like 14 minutes of uncut footage, and I was like, oh, I'm good. This is gonna be like a 5-minute video or something. Probably was not gonna be 5 minutes.
Car meets. It's a way
I know you do, buddy. But it was. I didn't realize that I had hit the record button twice at some point, and most of what I filmed was me walking around talking and then pausing every time I meant to take a shot. Still remember that. Before Jason's 2007 Subaru Impreza 5-speed manual walk around and tour, there are 2 videos or 3 videos between, so that means we have to go to the deep, dark depths. I would be shocked if any of you guys are still around from that era of my uploads. If you are, then mad props. The first of these videos is the 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT8 walk around and tour. Ironically, it's not even an SRT8, it was an SRT 392. So that wasn't even right. This is where I'm going to cringe really hard. The shots are not that bad. They could be better, but the shots and editing here is okay. But wait, right now.
Hey guys, it's Sue tonight, sir. Today
I'm wearing a fair orthodontic shirt. What decision is that? Not looking at the camera at all. Also, I went through like 800
What this is the rims.
different
Oh my goodness.
hairstyle. Oh my goodness, look at the wheels.
The most stunning rims that I think are
okay, calm down.
Kind of like this gray, metallic, almost chrome, but dark chrome wheels, and they look super.
It's called gunmetal, idiot.
The brakes are absolutely.
Okay, I mean, they're good-looking wheels, but like, way to overhype. My gosh, I'm like an Office fan or something.
6.4 liter, and it makes around 420 horsepower.
Okay, I got lit up in the comments for that. Yes, I know now that it makes 485 horsepower and 475 torque, but I gave the numbers for the earlier SRT8s with the 6.1, which is like around 420 or 425. But every single person on this video, because of that fact, was like, why don't you go review a bicycle, kid, not a Challenger? Go do your homework. I'm so unhappy with my life. The amount of hate I got on this video was very, very much, and the ratio of likes to dislikes is almost the worst I've ever got on this channel. I have gotten worse since then, but at the time, I mean, it got a lot of likes. I don't know if it even tells me. It tells me there's 76 likes. Apparently I was one of the people that liked it. I don't know how many dislikes, but it's almost 50-50. It's got to be like high 50-ish likes.
These are actually indented, although these are outer dented, as you can tell.
I could have said really I could have said so many other things like convex, but I said outer dented.
This is the retro
Whatever.
gas cap that has the fuel on it. It looks so amazing. Everything about it is absolutely superb. It's actually just a great looking gas cap.
It is absolutely superb.
Notice when you get inside of the interior of a Challenger is how thick the doors are. I mean,
what? You get in a Challenger's interior, and the first thing you think is, man, these doors are thick. What? Okay, so the hits just keep coming. Just talking about how amazing the gas cap is, like just hyping this gas cap. I mean, what am I, an Arrested Development fan? And then immediately moving from that right into, these doors are so thick!
they might as well be bulletproof. They are insanely thick. But it does give you that nice thump when you shut the door.
Who cares?
Is the gauges are absolutely amazing.
What is that shot? What is that shot? I think I didn't have like an actual phone mount, so I taped my phone to the tripod, and so I couldn't just like take it off. I only had so much tape, and so why I didn't just take a picture afterward and just put that in the video, I don't know. So my solution, just don't really show it.
I think they may be even better than the Camaro gauges by far. They actually do.
They might be even better than the Camaro gauges. Might be. By far.
So when you sit in these seats, the bolsters are kind of wide, but I'm kind of skinny, so I guess
that didn't age well.
Most average Americans would probably absolutely love these seats. They're fairly comfortable.
Did I just I think I just fat shamed all Americans.
They are pretty firm as well. I guess you probably want that when you're taking this thing around corners or going straight back, swinging back in your seat. You know, you don't want these softy little seats.
New type of gatekeeping. Softy little seats. You can't cruise with us, bro. You got them softy little seats.
More than just these goofy little sticky uppy ones that were in the last version. They're actually real pedals. They at least stick up more than the other ones, which is a lot better. This is the automatic, but yeah.
I don't even know what I'm trying to describe.
I think also maybe better than the 2010 steering wheels and the Camaros anyway. I keep comparing this to the...
Why? In what world is like, yeah, you know the 2010 Camaro that had that steering wheel that only had it for 2 years before they changed it because everyone disliked it? This steering wheel in this 2015 Challenger, I think it almost is as cool as that one that's not even in that car anymore. This was a brand new car at this time that I'm like doing a tour of, and I'm like, I don't know if it's as good as the 2010 Camaro steering wheel, man, I don't know. This is also so ironic now that I have a Mustang.
That were in the 2010 Camaro because they were too deep dish and hard.
Again, I get that I'm describing what people disliked about the steering wheel in the 2010 Camaro, but this is not about that car.
Really interesting. It looks good. It reminds me of the Hearse shifter anyway.
I think I'm thinking of like the Hearse handle type shifter that was in like GTOs in like the 60s and 70s.
It's called
or like Olds 442s. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, some really nice looking pedals. Really everything about the interior of this is...
I like how I throw these points and you're totally just out of the blue. I'm like, everything you touch in the interior is really, really perfect. Has some pretty nice looking pedals and the rubber on the dashboard. Like, where did the pedals come from? Like, you're talking about the interior quality and you're like, by the way, the pedals though. I like how I had done gaming commentary before. So like, I knew how to talk in front of the camera, but I wasn't used to actually looking at the camera. So like, I'm talking almost like I'm confident, like not quite, but I'm not looking at it. I'm like, yeah, so like if you guys are like, if you want to keep watching the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and you can leave a like on the video. And so yeah, this is about the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. All right, so the next video is an actual V8 revving. Oh my goodness. This music is straight out of any 2012 gaming montage there ever was. Cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true. Baby, let the light shine through. I've heard this song so many times it's burned into my psyche.
Hey guys, Super Max here. Today I'm going to be showing you...
The music's like... Like, I think I didn't want to cut it off abruptly, but like, I didn't know how to like make the music volume drop slowly at the time, and so my solution was just like, drop it hardcore out of nowhere. Why am I fondling a non-existent watch on my wrist?
It never really was that, well, interesting compared to 300.
It's still not.
I redid the front end entirely, and it looks so good now. It looks so regressive. You wouldn't expect that.
You notice, I watched these videos a little while ago with my friend Zane. We were watching them over Zoom. I meant to say aggressive, I hope, but what I actually said is the front end looks so regressive, which is not a compliment, but you know.
It's so sleek Everything is so.
I still want to know why I thought it was a good idea to stand right in front of the car when describing the front end.
I have to say, I love this little, like, kind of...
Also, why did I think I had to get my face everywhere? Like, if I was going to talk to you about the Mustang, like, I know the lighting is not meant for this, but if I was going to talk to you about the Mustang right now, I wouldn't be like, yeah, so the front splitter is looking pretty good.
200C, I guess Chrysler's in a naming dilemma because the Chrysler 300C was called the Chrysler 300C, then they changed it to the Chrysler 300.
Just struggling with English, just like now.
They don't know whether the C is right or not.
So I guess I didn't know that the C is a model level of the 200, and I make this joke throughout, like, it's so dumb, it's called the 200C, you know? Yeah, it's because that's a trim that you're literally doing a video of.
I don't know, there's
whatever.
nothing not to like about the new 200C.
Told you.
I really like the new rims as well. They look really good. I mean, they are.
I really like the new rims.
I don't know. Otherwise,
I still don't.
Really good, though. So,
why do I make old man noises when getting? I just want to know why I felt the need to make the old man noise when getting into the car. This is a thing that I did in videos. Like, I remember, like, making a point to be like, ugh, when I got into the car. But, like, it's so weird. Again, it's so weird. Imagine this now. All right, let's get in the Mustang. Ah! All right, let's go back to the video.
You should come to expect that from a Chrysler now, though. Really?
What, wannabe rappers driving them?
Yeah, bolstering is a little bit wide for me, but I'm sure for most people it would be absolutely perfect.
I just fat-shamed the entire population this time.
You can select your gear from that.
Do you notice how I try to turn it in the video, but the car's not on?
The steering wheel is absolutely perfect. I mean, they should put
this steering wheel, absolutely perfect. The Dodge Challenger steering wheel, absolutely perfect. But the steering wheel that's not that good on the Camaro is almost as good.
What else would you want from the steering wheel? And I mean, really every part
it's to be connected to a more interesting vehicle.
What their system is for it. It's I thought it was MyLink, but that's actually the GM system. I'm not sure what it's called, but you got the Mopar system there.
So I learned enough to know that it's not called MyLink, but not enough to know that it's called Uconnect. Oh yeah, look at that. You can almost see what's going on.
It's crazy how deep it is. You would not expect it to be that deep. You can fit a lot of stuff.
Careful, kid.
The cages are awesome. And
but I didn't. Come on, kid. Do a better shot of the gauges than that. Just keep it up, why don't you?
This car isn't exactly torture either. It's pretty much the most comfortable seat I've ever sat in any new car. It's actually amazing, and everything is so nice. Everything's within reach.
What was that? Everything's within reach to me. I bid my spirit to be one with the interior of the Chrysler 200.
Headroom, I mean, there's enough, but everything feels so close to you. And the ceiling feels like it's about to crush your head.
Okay, so hold on. The interior is perfect. I really love it. The only thing, the ceiling feels like it's gonna crush your head. That's not a big deal though.
It is actually so awesome back here.
What is so awesome about the back seat of a Chrysler 200? Dude, it's so awesome back here. Oh my goodness.
Very little headroom at all. I'm like 5'10", and...
What? Holy crap. So I was only 13 in this video. I'm like 5'10" in the video. I'm 6'5" now, just in case you're wondering.
There's very few inches of headroom. There's like...
That would not work for me at all now then.
It's just the way the roof line is makes it sorely lacking in headroom.
It is so awesome back here, it's just sorely lacking in headroom for someone that's about average height.
So guys, that was the Chrysler 200. I hope you guys did 200C.
I am so funny.
You want one of these? I can't exactly say the specific price for one.
Oh no.
It's somewhere between 30 and 50 grand.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere between like 10,000 and 100,000. It's definitely within that range. I get that. What I was trying to say was, this, depending on how you spec it, it's somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000. But why did I not just say the price on the sticker for this exact car? I show you all the features, and then I could have easily been like, this is how much this one is. Also, like you could spec a Chrysler 200 up to freaking $50,000. All right, next we got the The 2015 Charger RT. Again, the shots are not that bad. They're not very good. Like, the video quality is only okay. I was doing it with a Samsung Galaxy S5. But I put effort into these shots.
Hey guys, Sue to the Max here. Today I'm going to show you...
I don't know what that shirt is, but...
370 horsepower and 395 torque. And in my
wow, I got the numbers right! Oh my goodness!
It's 16 city MPG and 25 highway, which really isn't bad for...
I even threw in MPG specs. Wow, who knew I could actually be useful?
It looks seriously insane. It's like an axe murderer on steroids.
It's like an axe murderer... Okay, calm down! The slightly more aggressive Dodge Avenger does not look like an axe murderer on steroids. It's a good-looking car in person, but come on, man.
It looks so good. And obviously you got the...
It looks so good! Everything's so dramatic.
The rear end of the 2015 Charger, you got these really nice looking exhausts here. And of course you get your RT...
That's so funny, because I hate those now. I think that those are so stupid. Like, I get why they exist, but like... just an actual exhaust tip looks much better in my opinion.
Really, really big car. I mean, this thing is just so big and wide and long. I mean, really, it would make Shaquille O'Neal.
Let's move on from that one.
I don't think there's really any rims that look much better than this on this style of car.
They look alright. I mean, they're good looking wheels for a stock car, but...
The Charger RT Plus. I'm pretty sure that's what the leather package is on.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but not 100%.
This car has some really nice gauges. I can't really get very much in the video, unfortunately.
So, again, you notice it's a picture this time, but it's the blurriest picture anyone has ever taken in history. This is the other thing. Okay, an actual interior picture. That's not, it's not clear, but it's a step up. You know, it's a step up from, like, absolute ground level to, like, 3 inches above ground level, but it's still a step.
And I'm not short, but I feel small.
I'm 5'11" in this video. Wow.
It really is ultimately a muscle car. But really, no complaints.
Yeah, was that ever in question?
Really nice. So as a passenger in this car, the interior is also really, really good.
Okay, so I want to know why I felt the need to talk about what it's like to be a passenger in every single vehicle. Like, hey, if you're in the driver's seat, it's like this. If you're in the passenger seat, well, I hate to break it to you, but it gets a lot worse. Like, what did I expect to happen?
So since it's a Charger, you should expect that you fit in the back. And you do, and there is literally miles of legroom.
There's miles of legroom, and by that I mean about 4 inches.
That's pretty much okay, because the rest of the interior is really nice.
If you notice, I'm like, it's really nice, really everything is really good, and really, I think that it's a really good car. So really, if you're looking for something like this, then you should really consider it, because it's really cool. Yeah, that was like I'm getting better at this, but that's like my word whisker that I came up with for this sort of thing. I still say really and very and stuff like that a lot, but in this video it is very apparent, and people, again, lit me up in the comments like, really, it increases my confidence when I make fun of children.
And yeah, no complaints at all. Even the door panels are nice back here. That pretty much...
I want to know why I thought, like, well, back here the door panels are gonna suck, obviously. Okay, so moving on, we have currently one of the most viewed videos on my channel, which is shocking. I mean, like I said, I privated the Challenger and the Charger videos while they were still getting views. This one had like, I want to say, I don't even know, it was not that many views, and it was also privated, and then later on I was like, I'll unprivate this video, whatever. And it got like it has 22,000 views now. I don't know why. There's nothing interesting about this car really. Like no offense, Jason, if you're watching this video, we all thought your car was awesome at the time, and it's not like it was a bad car, but it's just an Impreza. I don't know why it got so many views. Other thing, Jason chose this song because he thought it was cool, and it's way too epic for a regular Impreza. If the actual quality of the clips in the shots was better. The editing is not terrible.
So he does have plans to turbocharge it at some point.
That never happened.
They actually look really good too. The 07 is probably the best looking Impreza to come since the 2015. I like the 2015.
You notice how my timeline there is like way. I'm like the 07 is the best one to come since the 2015.
Of the 07 Impreza. It's actually really nice. I never liked these as much as the 06. Really seeing it a lot more.
I don't know why I didn't just take the picture while I was there.
One thing you always notice about the Impreza is basically until they redid them in 2009 or 2008. Sorry.
That's right, 2008.
The tail lights are huge.
Yeah, you had a 2008 Impreza later on, buddy. 2008 WX. Get your facts straight the first time.
Honestly, they're not the best looking rims, which is pretty clear. But,
man, shots fired. Sorry, Jason. Like, well, for the rims, basically they suck. But at least they're round.
Good, and I actually do like them. It's
no,
not
you
like I would take
don't lie.
Specifically and put them on something else, but he does have plans to replace them in the spring, so that's gonna be pretty awesome.
That didn't happen. Also, just my hairstyle, not good. Sorry for the sudden change of lighting. I have an outlet right there that I run some of these lights off of that I can turn off that I normally do for videos like this. But I had to plug in the laptop, so now it's back on. So anyway, back to the video.
It also has the 5-speed manual, which is pretty sweet. And, yeah.
He was the first one that had a manual car for, of all of us.
Really cool.
Jason's about 3 years older than me, so he would have only been 16 in this video.
And, also you got your hazards.
Maybe 17.
So, since it's a Subaru, you should be able to fit in the back seat. And you do. In fact,
I just want to know why I said this about somebody. Like, it's a Subaru, so realistically you should be able to fit in the back seat. Like, what about the VRZ? Like, that existed. That's in your intro. If you look right up here in the top of the video where the title is, you can see Bobby trolling me with his hand. You can just see it, and then he grabs some flame duct tape that I had. I was using flame duct tape to attach the camera to the tripod, and he puts the flame duct tape down and points to it in the video.
It does have aftermarket muffler, so now we're gonna go ahead and hear what that sounds like.
Like my reflection, my hand signals. I mean, the car sounded pretty decent. It's definitely not like the Subi Rumble you would expect because it was NA with equal length exhaust manifolds, but you can't tell, but just over this hill that is up forward, there is a very sudden turn that comes out of nowhere that we didn't know was there. So in the video, you see Jason kind of turn sort of hard, and then we all start laughing. It's because very suddenly Jason was like, whoa, whoa, and just like turn, and it does not come across in the video. But yeah, I think it's right over this hill right here. Yeah, over this hill. Very sudden stop. And then the very beautiful sounding laugh that I did there at the end. By the time we got to like the CTS-V coupe walk around or the Mazda Miata walk around, stuff like that, the videos had gotten pretty decent. Yeah, again, the CCW, Hey guys, Car Culture World here. I'm pretty sure I was trying to make my voice sound deeper.
Yeah. And obviously, this one looks really
or I was just nervous. Also, in this case, the reason I was looking off to the side is because as soon as I started filming this video, a guy walks up to the window and is like looking at the car as I'm filming it, and he's like not looking at me, and I'm just kind of like, what is this guy doing? Those shoes were sick. I missed those. So just to preface this clip that I know is in this video, I don't swear, I never have, and I did not at the time of this video either. But something that's funny is whatever, at this dealership, for some reason every once in a while, the radio would just be playing and then it would just go, doot, and then just start playing again. There'd be like a 5-second gap where the music would stop, there'd be a doot, and then the music would play again. I don't know why, but it times 100% perfectly when I stumble over my words and it sounds like I censored myself. Listen to this.
It doesn't have a glove box. and it doesn't really have cup holders. So instead of having a glove box, you have this kind of odd 360Z type approach, which is a bunch of cubbies. The first thing is that it's not even close to the same storage as a glove box.
Literally, I could not have known that was going to happen. I could not have timed that more perfectly entirely by accident. A bunch of cubbies. And I didn't even realize until like a year ago. And I was listening through old videos to make myself do what I was doing right now, basically cringe. I got to this one. This one's not that bad overall. But I found that clip and I was like, that is 100% golden. Just
Glove box, you have this kind of odd 360Z type approach, which is a bunch of cubbies.
we have 556 subscribers now. We're doing great. But yeah, at this point, the videos take a turn for the better. There's some that still are not great. The Jeep Grand Cherokee build episode 1 with Jason, who owned the Subaru, is not a great video. It's not super cringy so much as it's just not very well put together. We don't really accomplish anything. And then there's like some other videos in the future that I'm not like super happy with my editing on or whatever. But the main one, and if you look at the likes here, it's 71% likes. It has 150 likes, which for me is very, very, very good. But it has 60 dislikes, and the dislikes have increased a lot over, like, since I uploaded this video. It got like a normal amount of views for a while, and then it started gaining traction, and for a while it gained traction positively, and then it started gaining traction kind of negatively, and I really wish this was not one of the more popular videos on my channel. But I'm all for looking back at seeing how you've grown in a lot of different ways as a creator, whatever it may be. So let's look at, this is the most recent video that I really cringe at that I have uploaded. It is the infamous, kind of, $25 eBay intake install.
We are going to be putting a cold air intake on the 350Z.
So this was 2017. I was 16 years old. There's so many things about this video that people just crapped all over.
The second one was fixed because this intake was only $25, and it was probably only $25 for a reason.
Yeah,
Why not
go
be guinea
figure.
pig and find out? Okay, so I guess it's gonna fit on here something like this-ish. Maybe wondering if I have any idea what I'm doing, and absolutely
later
not,
on,
because
I learned this
didn't come with
intake was actually
instructions.
supposed to go
First, maybe it was
into
gonna
the
use
wheel
stock
well,
gearbox,
basically
but
behind the fender liner.
that anymore.
Had no idea at the time. There was no reference pictures. I couldn't find any instructions for it. It was not sent with instructions that it said it was going to have. And so a ton of people in the comments are like, this is supposed to do this or whatever. I didn't know that. And so I struggled throughout this entire video being like, how is this supposed to work? And,
Again, don't know. It didn't come with instructions. It said it was going to, but it didn't. And for any Zebros who may
Oh,
actually
boy.
be wondering about getting this intake, because I don't think that I had said this so far, this is an XYZ tuning intake, so...
that is the most
honestly, it's probably not a good
Chinese
idea to
knockoff
buy a
eBay,
$25 intake off of eBay.
like,
So all I
tuning
know how it
company
goes.
name I've ever
I
heard.
don't have
XYZ
qualifications,
tuning.
but my-
It's funny because at the time, I thought that this was... I didn't think it was complicated. Like, I just tackled it. Obviously, it was easy, but like, it was like a little bit of a project for me to, you know, do this on my own. And I don't know why. This is the easiest thing. Honestly, some of the best advice I could give to anyone in the car industry or just in general is, if you want to learn something, just do it. Jump in and just do it. Honestly, I'm at the point now where I by no means know everything. I by no means have done everything. But there's not a lot that could happen to a car or something that I had to fix on a car that would like phase me that much at this point. Obviously, I'm gonna be stressed out disassembling like an engine or a transmission or something. But overall, I'm pretty sure I could manage with most things. And it's so funny watching this video of me struggling to install an intake as a 16-year-old, looking through comments of people that still comment today and are like, you are the worst, you're not a car guy, you don't know what you're doing, you are an idiot, and all these different things. And knowing that I have made such a big improvement over the me in this video, and I can walk away being happy about that fact.
Yes! I think now
the fact that getting that intake tube off of the throttle body was such a victory shows how little I knew what I was doing.
Same size, but they're a little bit different, so I gotta find out which clamp it is. Okay, so we've got two options of fittings here. Got this one and this one. They're almost the same. You can see.
You notice how they're not even the same color of blue? Like, how hard is that to get right? So yeah, I understand how this was supposed to work now. It gives you a little connector to put on the end of the mass airflow sensor to put it between the two pieces of intake pipe instead of just having like a little spot for the mass airflow sensor to install into on the intake piping itself. So I mean, I get that, and we did end up doing that, basically. But from here, where it is, the pipe was supposed to turn here and go down under basically where the headlight is into the wheel well. I didn't know that. So, I wish I would have. I would have saved myself a lot of heartache. Doesn't matter, the car is totaled now anyway.
Not even
because the most recent owner
placement of the
doesn't know how to not crash into animals. Yeah, so that's supposed to go on the end of the little like mass airflow sensor section that goes up against the airbox stock.
Which makes no sense. A new plan. We're not
it would go right there.
The stock airbox. First of all, there's no way that would have fit anyway. That was just a hope and dream.
So you can see how I have it connected there. That is correct. Okay, everybody in the comments freaked out about this. And even still now, I do not understand why such a big deal was made out of this. The way that I drop the mass airflow sensor in the piece of intake tubing, basically. I drop it like an inch or two high. Like, I get on the camera, it looks like it dropped from higher, but I dropped it maybe 2 inches. I didn't set it down like super gently. I dropped it from like this high and it went doom on the truck bed, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, the sensor's gonna break, the whole car's gonna explode. Watch this.
And I'm aware this is stupid because there's actually not enough supplied bolts to do everything else. I'm gonna have to see if I can find something else that I have left over. So it's that.
It goes,
so then
and people were like, what an idiot,
so
this guy's gonna break it. Even if it broke, so what? I have to replace the mass airflow sensor? What is that, like $12? Like, I understand their point, but it was just so drastically overblown that I could not believe it. And several times in the comments, people are like, he threw the mass airflow sensor, and I'm like, dude, I tossed it gently from like 2 inches high. It does not matter. I literally still get comments like that today.
A video on how terribly this is all going together.
Literally, okay, so the reason why I dislike this video is because
after closer inspection, and by that I do basically just mean trying to ram this in here.
Like, I'm trying to be funny about how irritated I'm getting with it, but it just comes across as me being whiny about it. Like right there. Like I say, after further inspection, and by that I basically just mean trying to ram this in here until it didn't work. Like obviously I didn't just ram the intake pipe into it until it didn't work. Like, that's obviously not true. But because of how I'm acting in the video, like, people thought that I was for real about stuff like that. No, I had no idea at the time what I was doing, how this video was gonna make me look, whatever, and it really shows.
I will think of something. There's one failsafe I still haven't resorted to yet. Hey Dad, can you come here? So they say
that is still a great joke. I still love that joke. There's one failsafe I haven't resorted to yet. Hey Dad, can you come here? That was what I did. My dad is so good at this stuff that if I could try things knowing that he would help me if I failed. And having someone like that in your life is so, so valuable.
Questioning whether you should get this or not, if there's even anyone else in the world that thought they should? No. Not unless you're prepared to do serious modification to it. Okay, so
yeah, but it's $25, so like, who really cares? I don't know why I was like, oh, don't get it, it's the worst. Yeah, Dad. You cut that pipe! I was scared of grinders. I still don't really like angle grinders.
So, end of the line,
but, you know,
is the X no heat shield, but I think it should be okay.
I'm gonna make a video about that mistake in the future. Not a full video, but a short about that exact thing. There's no heat shield, but I think it should be alright. Yeah, there's no point in doing any sort of cold air intake if it's anywhere near anything hot and does not have serious shielding. Honestly, in a lot of cases, it's not worth doing a cold air intake in general, if it's still like in the engine bay, like where the stock intake is, it depends on the vehicle. If it's really restrictive, it might still make a difference just because it has, like, it's capable of sucking in more air, even if it's not as cold as it should be. But ultimately, people put cold air intakes on stuff all the time that are worse than the stock intake. That is some high-tech stuff right there.
And this is the excess we had. Where could that even go? So
it can go right where it was supposed to go. Also, just like a random detail, the fact that none of those hose clamps line up with each other would bug my OCD so much now. Look how this one's over here, this one's a little bit in the middle, and then this one's over there. Those two are not even lined up with each other, they're right next to each other. I can't handle that. Like, I guess my OCD about things has just gotten worse as I've gotten older, but like the hose clamp, I literally replaced the hose clamps that were perfectly fine in the Mustang engine bay just because it bothered me that there was too much excess that was like hanging out and stuff like that. So that I wouldn't do that now. You can see the tape hanging off the the tripod. Well, that was that. As you can see, I was a dumb human being. Evidenced by the fact that I arguably still am. Just ask my wife, she'll tell you. But you know, I'm happy I did this video because it's really genuinely terrible to look back and just cringe at your younger self. But at the same time, it really gives you a nice picture to realize how far you have come. And I like that. And who knows, maybe I'll do a video in the future of like 5 years from now of me looking back at my 22-year-old self and being like, that guy's an idiot. I mean, that part is probably 100% true, but maybe I'll look back at myself and think that I'm stupid for some of the things that I say. But ultimately, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the deep dive look back at everything. If you'd like for me to unprivate the videos that were at the beginning of this video, of the Challenger and Charger tour, let me know so you guys can look at them, and the Chrysler 200C. I just spilled my coffee on my toolbox. Everything's going good. Also, can I just say, as I'm wiping this off of my toolbox, can we please stop with the sippy lids? I get that you want to save the turtles, but if you give me a straw anyway, that's useless. And all these do is spill more easily. No, but honestly guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it entertaining. I certainly did, so it's worth it for me either way. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video and you'd like to see more of my much better content in the future, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I very much appreciate all of you guys for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.